Welcome back to another episode of the Bearcat Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Meacham, former UC Bearcat basketball player from 1997 to 1999 under the legendary coach Bob Huggins, and was fortunate enough to wear the iconic Jordan brand unis during my time. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Alex_Meacham. Meacham spelled M-E-A-C-H-A-M. The Bearcat Basketball Podcast is now presented by the Healthcare Management Group. Shout out to everyone at HCMG, and thank you for the support. Now, we're live here at Mio's in Clifton. If we can give a quick round of applause for Rich and Kelly for making all this happen. We can also have a round of applause for my support staff here, Colin Cruzy, making all the production happen. Give him a little love. And just a couple housekeeping details. There will not be a podcast on December 19th versus Texas Southern. We will be back with a new episode on December 21st versus Tennessee Tech. Our special guest will be Yancey Gates. So far on the podcast, we've had Keith Greger, Deontay Vaughn, Zach Tobler, Corey Blunt, and Art Long. You can check out those podcasts. They're available on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also our YouTube channel, Shine One Media. This segment is sponsored by the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Cincinnati. They have a new flexible bachelor's degree that will allow you to graduate conveniently and affordably. Folks, I'm excited to welcome in this Bearcat legend. Played for the Bearcats from 1998 to 2002. 6'11" center from Augusta, Georgia, and my former teammate. Let's welcome in number 50, Donald Little.
Thank you.
Some love there, D. Little. What's up? Now, everybody, I want you all to know, this man got on a flight at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. to get here to Cincinnati to do this podcast. So let's give one more round of applause for that.
Hey, let's go.
Now tell everybody what you got going on, Donald.
Here visiting. Glad to be back home. I haven't been here in a long time, and it feels good to see the Bearcats still active.
Yep.
Loving it. Got to come back more. Going to come back more.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Now tell everybody where you're living right now.
Atlanta, Georgia. Home.
ATL.
ATL.
How is it in Georgia right now?
Warm.
Yeah.
Nah, but
it's not bad here.
Today is warm.
You weren't expecting this. You thought you were going to come into a lot. Yeah.
Snow.
Yeah. You brought the big coat and all that?
Yeah, I did. Snow. Yeah.
So tell us about your family.
Got 4 daughters, ages 6, 8, 11, 13.
Wow.
They're all basketball players.
Girl dad.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Oh yeah.
Good for you. So let me take a guess. They play basketball.
They do play basketball. Very athletic. I didn't want them to play basketball at all.
Why is that?
I think girls basketball is harder. It's harder.
Because it being the skill, because you have to be so skilled as a girls player.
You know, you got daughters, man. They're precious.
Oh,
They're
okay.
tender. They're precious. But now, like basketball, is hardcore.
Now, Donald, are you a soft dad? I got a feeling you're soft on them, like
super soft, man. No huggins.
That's what's up. How tall? Pretty tall?
Well, my 13-year-old, she's 13. She's 5'10". At
Wow.
13, yeah. 5'10".
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like that. So what are you doing in Atlanta right now?
She retired. I got a few businesses, carpet cleaning businesses, 2 trucks, transportation, and just living life, man. Raising the girls.
Life is good.
Life is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we can say life is good and how precious it is. And once again, I want to give a rest in peace to Herb Jones. If everybody could give a round of applause for Bearcat great Herb Jones, who's getting honored tonight, who's passed away.
Family.
Oh, man.
Family.
Herb's so important to the Bearcat program and a backbone to what's happening right now. Absolutely.
Right.
And one of our Bearcat fans out here, Greg. Greg, at the end of the podcast, will you come up and tell the Herb Jones story you told me at the end, fishing? At the end, just I'm gonna bring you up. So D Little, do you follow Bearcat football?
Just started.
Okay.
I'm fresh, new, loving the energy, support. Yeah, loving it.
Now, you remember when we were in college and we were on the same team.
Right.
We could go to the football game and run around the bleacher, lay down on the bleacher. There was nobody there.
Nobody there. I'm gonna tell you a story. One time, they had a game at Nipper Stadium back then. I had got in trouble with Huggins one day. During the game, I had to run into the bleachers, Yeah, during the game.
Wait.
Yeah.
You got punished and ran like sprints up and down the bleachers.
The bleachers, we go down, come up.
Yeah.
The Huggins way. Yeah, the bleachers.
That's classic.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's typical Hugs.
Classic.
You can't move in Nippert now. It's so packed.
I saw that. I came here about 3 weeks ago. They played
you went to homecoming.
Homecoming. And it was jam-packed.
You went in the game?
Yeah.
Or you, okay.
I went with Melvin Levitt.
Okay, you were Melvin.
Yeah, man. Oh.
Crazy. Oh, boy. Stories right there.
Oh. Yeah.
That's what's up. So the Bearcat football team plays Alabama. They play them New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Okay. If they win that, then they go on to the national championship game. Now, of course, Alabama is always highly ranked, one of the top teams in the country.
Right.
What do you think our chances of beating Alabama are?
Ooh.
Putting you on the spot. You're in Cincinnati, D.
Oh, yeah, that's home.
You're on the spot, D.
Yeah. I bleed red and black.
Bleed red and black.
I'm from the South.
Yes.
SEC.
Yep.
Yeah. Alabama's tough. A whole nother level, but let's go Bearcats.
That's right.
Let's go Bearcats.
That's right. Good answer.
Let's go Bearcats.
I like that.
Let's go Bearcats.
Love it. So let's transition to basketball a little bit. We've got a new head coach in Wes Miller. Have you had a chance to meet Wes yet or talk to him?
I have never met Wes Miller. Was he the coach at Xavier when we was there?
He was at he's at UNC Greensboro prior to here, and he's been there for a long time. But when we were in college, he was playing. I think he played at North Carolina. Yeah,
Whoa.
Wes Miller is a good dude, and you're going to probably get a chance to talk to him and meet him tonight.
Definitely.
At the game.
Definitely.
You'll really like him. He's very engaging, loves former players, and he gets it because he's from North Carolina, played at North Carolina, and they have an extremely strong alumni base, and they engage those folks very well.
Yeah, so he got it in him then.
Yes.
Yeah, the basketball culture.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, Donald, and it's been a while since you've played and I played, and a lot of times what happens is as the years go by, former players get disconnected from the basketball program, and that's true for any school. But I know Wes Miller and John Cunningham, the athletic director, are trying to get as many former players to come back and get reconnected.
Right.
From your standpoint, Donald, you being loved here in Cincinnati and a Bearcat player, how would you like to stay involved and get connected with the basketball program?
Well, my thing is through you.
Yeah.
Yeah, through you. DeMar, awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Stokes, awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, I recommend you guys for keeping that relevant, the Bearcat, the blood going and flowing. And yeah, through you guys. I live through you guys, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure. We got to get you back to as many games as you can.
Yeah.
I know it's a distance, but and I mentioned this to Wes Miller, and I would love to see him put this in place. and that is to get guys like you, Ken, Steve, Corey Blunt, and all the guys, match them up with a current player and have us be mentors. So, Donald Little can be a mentor, for one of the players. Talk to him.
Right.
And talk them through, like, what you've been through. You think that's a good idea?
That's very pivotal. That's very, very important. I needed that. We needed that.
Absolutely.
But we didn't have that.
We didn't have it.
We didn't have that.
Nope.
Today's kids, they need mentors, inspirational situations. We all have stories to tell them. And plus, we know the culture of Bearcat basketball. We are the culture of Bearcat basketball.
Yep.
So if they know a little bit about the history, they can go forward and learn. Yeah.
Yeah, no question, because you've had success and you've had struggles
Right.
as these guys playing right now are going
Right.
through, and you could tell them stories like, listen,
Right.
Hugs was on me, Hugs did this to me, here's how you handle it,
How to handle it.
right?
Control your emotions. Control your emotions.
Right?
Whoa.
Now, have you had a chance to catch any of the Bearcat basketball games this season, or will this be the first one you've seen?
I watched the last game, the crosstown shootout.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to bring it up, Meach. I didn't want to bring it up.
So you watched that. Now let me tell you this.
Okay.
That game, to me, isn't a reflection of this basketball team. Like, I think they've played well this season. I think a couple games they were starting to struggle a little bit offensively, and going into an environment like the Mcintosh Center and playing in a big rivalry game,
Right.
having so many new guys that haven't been through that battle and war, they just weren't ready for that.
Like you said, need mentors. If you really want to talk to the guys, hey guys, be ready.
Yes.
They'll focus more. But not knowing, a deer in headlights.
And that's
Yeah, and then a
That's
deer in
what they look
headlights.
like.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the shootout when you played. As I go back, I'm looking at year one, your first year, we beat Xavier at home.
Okay.
Second year, lost at Xavier.
And we're number 2 in the country then, I think. We're number 2 in the country, and we lost to Xavier.
At Xavier. Then we lost at home. That was the third year.
Okay.
That was your third year.
Okay.
I think that was the year we ranked real high.
Yeah.
And then the fourth year beat Xavier by 20.
Right.
So the thing is, though, like, someone was asking me on Twitter, what will it take for the Bearcats to beat Xavier at Xavier? Because we haven't won there since, like, I can't even remember the year last year we won. It's been so long since we won there. And I told somebody, I said, we need a veteran group of guys that have been there, that are together. You know what I'm saying?
Energy.
Absolutely.
The energy.
Yep. Absolutely.
We're not going to lose.
Uh,
But like you said, the mentorship.
Yep.
That's everything right now for the young kids. I think mentorship is everything. Yeah, they raised different, man.
I know.
They're raised totally different.
Different era.
Yeah, you got to hold their hands.
And I always tell people, with that crosstown shootout, I always feel like the toughest team wins. You could throw out rankings, throw out everything. The toughest team wins.
Right.
And so, I think we're getting back to that Bearcat toughness. Like, I think Wes Miller, Coach Miller understands what Bearcat basketball, used to be like.
Right.
I'm trying to bring that back. Like,
he knows it.
he knows. He understands. I think he's trying to recruit.
Was he there when we beat Carolina? With Ed Coulter and Brendan Haywood?
That's a good question. I have to look that one up.
Was he there?
You might have to ask him that. I think he was. I think he might have been. I can't remember if he was there then or after, but it was shortly. We're gonna ask him.
Yeah, that's a good question.
We're gonna ask him. We're gonna ask him tonight. And he played a little bit. He can shoot.
Yeah.
He can still shoot. This segment is sponsored by the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Cincinnati. They have a new flexible bachelor's degree that will allow you to graduate conveniently and affordably. Now, you're going to the game tonight.
Right.
You have not been to the new arena.
I have not.
You ready?
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. It's gonna be emotional. It's gonna be emotional because I shed a lot of blood and tears on that floor. We did. So to go back now and see it and relive it, yeah, I'm excited about it. Excited to get back.
When was the last time you've been to a Bearcat basketball game?
Oh.
Whoa.
My game, really.
Huh?
Back in 2002.
Really?
Whoa. 2002,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, we are glad to have you back. And we've got to make this definitely a yearly event.
Oh, definitely.
So, at the game tonight, you having, like you said, blood, sweat, and tears on that court, and you're going to watch the Bearcats tonight. What do you want to see from this Bearcat basketball team that when you leave the arena, you'll be happy to see?
To me, man, it's all about the energy. Win or lose, you give your all. It don't matter what happens in the end. Energy. Yeah, fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I'm ready to fight with them.
Right.
Yeah, right. So it's just the energy. Yeah.
You'll be sitting right behind the bench.
Right.
So you better be yelling at the guys so they don't bring the energy.
Nah.
Let them know.
Yeah.
We are live at Mio's with former Bearcat great Donald Little. Now, I talked about you being from Augusta.
Right.
Two legends from Augusta besides yourself. Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan. I never knew that, though.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
And then Lawrence Fishburne.
You told me that, I didn't know that either.
Two legends. And then Donald Little.
No, and then James Brown.
James Brown.
Oh,
James
Hold up. James Brown.
James Brown. Well, James Brown trumps all of them. Like, it's James Brown, then my bad on that. Now, let's talk. Bearcat fans love to hear why players chose to come to the University of Cincinnati and play. So, talk a little bit about why you chose to come and play for the Bearcats.
I verbally committed to Louisville at first. I was going to Louisville with Danny Crum.
Man.
Danny Crum retired, and the Huggins like, nah, you coming to Cincinnati. He told me where I was going to go. And I came into Cincinnati, I met Melvin Levy and Kenyon Martin. And after that, though, it was history. It was history. So really it was from Bob Huggins being so aggressive. I'm an aggressive guy.
In recruiting you to come over.
Right. He said, you're not going anywhere else, you're coming here. That's it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go take a visit. Took a visit, met Kenyon, and it was over.
That's what's up.
One of the best decisions ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, going into the situation, did people warn you, like Kenyon, Mel, that Huggs is crazy? Like he's crazy.
He's emotional.
Yeah.
Passionate.
Yeah.
Not crazy. Passionate. And you know Huggins.
I do.
Yeah, he's just passionate, man.
That's true.
There's a difference between crazy and passionate.
Yeah.
He's a passionate guy. Loves everybody.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Just passionate, man.
He does.
Yeah. So I felt that passion. I'm a very passionate guy myself. I felt that passion. I don't think if I don't went anywhere else, I would have made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as a young kid, I didn't know how to control emotions or anything like that. And I guess like Huggins gave me so many chances. He gave me so many chances that I want to be better as a kid.
Right.
Yeah. With a father figure.
Absolutely.
Right.
Do you take any of that when you talk with your daughters?
Yeah.
That passion and that love with your daughters?
Yeah, because the passion's in you. You can't take it out of you. You
Yeah.
just got to control it. And my daughters, yeah, they're girls. So I got to watch myself how I talk to them. So I'm very soft. Think twice about what you're going to say before you say it. They're not boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I say, life is good, man. It's like a whole other fresh breath out for me to be sensitive, emotional.
Yeah.
And come back home and see this beautiful place. A lot of people. Show me a lot of love. You guys.
Absolutely.
It's awesome, man. Awesome.
No question. So Let's jump a little bit into your career with the Bearcats. A couple games I want to talk about now. Your first season, we were teammates, and
Right.
you come into a team that has a lot of experienced bigs. So you've got a lot of guys with Ken and Tate, Fletch, Bobby.
Well, Bobby was gone. What?
Yeah, Bobby was gone. I'm
Bobby
sorry.
was
That's
gone.
right. Bobby had just left, but there were a lot of bigs. There were a lot of guys you could learn from.
Yeah, you got Tate. Well, you got Jermaine Tate. You got Kenyon Martin, Fletcher. That's Hulk Hogan. Fletcher's the Hulk Hogan. That's Hulk Hogan. Fletcher, Ryan Fletcher. Yeah, but those guys, they embraced me, man. As you already know, they embraced me, and like you say, the mentorship. My mentorship was Fletch.
Yeah. How about that?
That was Fletcher.
I just talked to Fletch the other day.
I would love to talk to Fletch, man.
I'll get you his number. You
I
guys
would love to
connect.
talk to Fletch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't know you and Fletch were that close.
He brought me in because Ken pick on me, Tate pick on me.
Yeah.
I was competition.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a young kid, I was competition. So Fletch took me in. No, you do it this way, you do it that way. Don't give up. Go hard at it. Hit the weight room. And after that, mentorship. Oh,
Very needed.
you said it.
Let's talk about one of, I think, the biggest games in Bearcat history besides the, national championship games and the Final Four and all that, Elite Eight, but
Right.
the game versus Duke.
Duke.
Now, leading up to that is the game I really want to kind of dive into. So we're in Alaska. Which
Right.
You remember that trip to Alaska?
Yeah.
That was wild.
Ski shooting.
Man, they should. I don't know who put that together to think to give us guns to go ski shooting. Like,
Not us. Not us with guns.
that's a bad.
Oh.
It's like, whose idea was this?
That was awesome.
I think it was Coach Baker. I think Rob Baker came up with that.
Baker.
Remember, I saw Coach Baker. I saw him in Vegas. I was at the NBA Summer League, and I went to watch KJ,
Okay.
Kenyon's son.
Yep.
And I went to see Kenyon, and Kenyon was like, Coach Bake's here. And I'm like, get out of here. And he was like, right over there.
Wow.
So I walked over, and I'm like, Bake. And
Wow.
he turned around, and it took him a minute, and he noticed me. Yeah, it was good
With the
to.
ball head.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
I haven't seen him since he left.
Yeah.
Have you?
No. He was a good mentor too, though.
Yeah.
Rob Baker, he was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
Is he still coaching?
Yeah, he's scouting.
Okay.
I forget which NBA team he's scouting for, but he is scouting. I can't remember if it was like the Wizards or somebody. I want to say it was the East Coast.
Okay,
team.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in the league. So that was good to see him.
Yeah.
But do you remember the first game of the Great Alaska Shootout?
What team was it?
Southern Utah. And if you remember, we were.
Hold, time out. I'm sorry. Was that the game with Huggins towards a whole nother
That's-
word?
So this is the game we started off poorly, and he benched everybody, and he put me, you, Myrick. He put all five of us in.
Dirty Birds.
The Dirty Birds.
The Dirty Birds.
Tell him about the Dirty
The
Birds.
Dirty Birds.
I was just talking about that the other day. Tell him what the Dirty Birds were.
The Dirty Birds was the second string team. We pushed those guys, such as Kenyons and Melvins. We pushed them guys to be great because we wanted to be there just as much as they did.
Absolutely.
So we pushed them. Kenyon Martin, I saw him every day. And I pushed every day to wake up early, eat right, so I could compete against him every day, every morning, every night. And he knew that. So it made him better. To this day, we always hug. I go see Kenyon, we hug it out, competing as kids. Now as men, it's all love.
That's what's up.
Super love.
That's what's up. Well, if it wasn't for the Dirty Birds, us,
Oh.
we may never have made it to play Duke. You had 11 points that game.
Yeah.
You had 11 points that game.
I need to get that tape. I want to see that tape.
We need that.
Oh, yeah, we
I don't
need
know
that.
how we're gonna get that, but we got to dig deep in the archives to find that one.
Yeah, we need
How,
that.
how special was it, Donald, when we make it to play Duke, who's top team in the country. They end up winning the national championship that year.
They did?
Yeah, they did. Then they had all those guys, Avery,
Elton Brand,
all of them went pro.
Corey Maggette.
Yep. To go in there and beat them, and I'll never forget this. We had a meeting the night before we played Duke, and we were in our hotel. We were on the top level, and Hugs was meeting with us. And Hugs said that Duke was a great team, but we're going to make them a very average team. And we are going to make them average by doing two things. He said, we're going to give them one shot and out. We're going to rebound the ball. And if you give any team one shot and that's it, their percentages are low.
Right.
Because not everybody makes their first attempt.
You're right.
He said on the flip side, we're going to get second and third chances. So the focus was on
rebounding.
Absolutely.
But they had Elton Brand back then.
Man,
a monster. A load. But we had big guys also, Jermaine Tate, Fletcher, put bodies on them. Yeah, I think we really shocked like Duke when they, by halftime, they were like, these dudes can go. Like, they slept on us, I feel like. You feel the same way? Everybody did, though.
Yeah.
But at the end, they didn't.
No.
To this day, they don't. To this day.
That was just such an interesting collection of. That goes to show you, like that team that year, Donald. We were like so very different people. Like all the players were just so different, but somehow Hugs got us connected together to win games. Like, you know what I mean?
I figured it out, though. I think I figured it out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm ready for this.
I think I figured this out. And other players might agree or disagree. I think in practice, we fought. Like,
yes. Oh.
We fist fought.
Yes.
We fist fought. I think when you fight somebody, fist fight, the next day and after that fight, you're going to respect them. And I think we fought. And at the end of the day, we respect each other as brothers.
I agree with that.
Right, like.
And nobody could mess with us. Like, you couldn't, I may have punched you at practice, but nobody else is punching you outside of our circle.
Oh, no, it's not, not possible.
That family.
So I think it's about coaching, man. I think Huggins let us go. He wanted to fight us, too. He wanted to fight us, too. So, like, just watching him, man, and just letting us fight each other all day, every day. Hey, during the 3 hours, we hated each other.
Oh, man.
After 3 hours over, we were back to normal. But I think he let us fight. We worked it out ourselves. We worked it out. We did.
Those 3 hours, 3 to 6.
Ooh.
Remember that big clock?
Ooh.
In the arena, and we just look at it, and we be like, man, it's only 4:15. Damn.
Brutal.
And it was like, the one thing about practice was every minute was just intense. Yeah. So it made the time so much longer.
Some days no, some days yes. It depends how Huggins felt.
Mm-hmm.
If he wanted to annihilate us, which he done many of the times, but every day 3 to 6, that's hard. That's more than 9 to 5.
It's definitely a grind, especially when you're also a college student. We got to lift weights. We got to go to class. We got study table. We got all the other stuff we got to do. But it was
a 9 to 5.
No question. No question. And then that first year, you got hurt. Wait a minute. You got hurt.
Yeah.
Towards the end, right?
In practice.
Yeah.
I ended up had the red shirt because Eugene Land. I'm still upset about. Matter of fact, I'm not upset anymore because it gave me an extra year to play. Eugene Land undercut me. I went down my elbow.
I remember. Yep.
Had the red shirt. Yep.
I remember that. And Eugene's supposed to be at the game tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can connect back up. I do want to talk. So in Bearcat basketball history, there are some iconic things. So Leonard Stokes is known for the headband.
Right.
And there just have been iconic looks, whether it was Phil Williams had the braids.
Right.
A lot of people had, just a couple, Bobby Brandon had the barbed wire tattoo and the hair.
Kenyon had the wristband on his
Yeah,
on
he
his
had the wristband, yep.
on the forearm. Yeah.
That's right. Donald Little's goggles.
Goggles.
The goggles became an iconic look for you.
Right.
Tell the story about the goggles.
The story about the goggles. I had we still don't know to this day. I went to all kinds of specialists and everything. I got a stigma in my left eye, and so at the time, our physician was
Dr. Ellis.
Dr. Ellis.
Eye doctor.
And our trainer was
Jade Grossman.
Jade Grossman. Jade, classic.
Yep.
Classic Jade. So making a long story short, he said you gotta wear these glasses because we gotta protect your eye. I say no. I risk it, but at the end of the day, Huggins taught me to wear the goggles, and Oakley provided me with every goggle possible.
Yep.
Yeah, and wore the goggles.
That became like a classic look.
It did, but it was frustrating.
Oh.
It was fun. You know about it. You wore goggles at one time.
I had to. One game
did.
I did. Yep. I did.
I could see that too. It's crazy. I can still see that.
That is crazy. You remember that?
I just called you out.
I remember that. I think I got a picture of that. Because Dr. Ellis, because I got hit in the eye, he's like, oh, you gotta wear goggles. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, chill out.
I remember that.
That's right, you do. That's crazy. I gotta find a picture of that.
Because I think you wore a pair of my goggles. Yeah.
Did I? I didn't know that.
I had like 4 pounds, brand new, expensive. They're like $1,000 a pair. Yeah, it was so expensive. And I had like 4 different pairs.
The question is, do you still have a pair of those goggles?
No. That's a good idea though, man.
And that'd be part of Bearcat. If Bearcat history, one of Kenyon's wristbands,
Right.
the headband with Stokes, your goggles. We need that for the museum.
Yeah.
The Bearcat Museum. Oh, that's good stuff. And hey, Bearcat fans, I do need everybody to give a round of applause to this gentleman that walked in. Hold on, let me tell you who is first. You cannot boo though. He was my high school teammate at Roger Bacon High School, and he ended up going and playing for Xavier, but he's here to support. Right back here, Brandon Mcintosh, played for the Musketeers, played high school ball together. Good friend of us, Donald Little.
Oh yeah.
Good old B-Mac. You didn't think I saw you, B-Mac. I saw you sneak in. Thanks for coming out. Let's jump into then that next year, your next season.
Okay.
Man, that was a wild season because that's when Kenyon got hurt.
Oh.
Yeah, Kenyon got hurt versus St. Louis.
No, that was Tulsa, St. Louis. Tulsa.
No, he got hurt versus St. Louis. You guys lost to Tulsa in the tournament.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yep, because it was like, you remember, Kenyon had to touch the ball every possession.
Right.
And then when he broke, the leg, it's like, what do we do now?
And I'm gonna tell you what happened. When he broke his leg, I was his backup. When he broke his leg, I had to go in and play. That's when I grew up. But
Interesting.
right. So when he broke his leg, I was the guy to come behind him and start playing.
Did they give it to you every possession?
No. No. Set a screen. Set a screen. Pass the ball. Do not shoot.
That's crazy. Yeah, that was tough, man, because I feel like that was a national championship team.
That was our time. Yeah. Ooh, that was fun though.
So this summer, I ran into at an AU tournament. I ran into Mateen Cleaves from Michigan State.
He's awesome. Awesome guy.
Good, very good dude.
Great dude. Very respectful.
Absolutely. And I walked up to him and I knew about him, but I didn't. We didn't know each other that well. And I said, "Hey, Mateen, I played for the Bearcats." And he looked at me. He's like, "What year?" And I told him. And then he was like, "Oh, you know Ken and blah blah blah." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "We were supposed to play you all in a national champ because they ended up winning a national championship that year." And I said, Mateen, what do you think would have happened? We'd have played you guys. He was like, of course I think we would have won, but he was like, man, you guys were, woo. They didn't want to see us.
No. But you know, we were so similar, though.
Yeah.
Rebound, toughness.
Right.
That would have been a great dog fight.
That would have been a great championship game.
But couldn't nobody guard Ken on that 10. Not one.
No way.
No way. No. No.
Man.
But Mateen, Cleveland, Logan, they would have won at it.
That would have been a battle right there.
Two
dogs.
No, 2 5 foot and 8 under. 5 foot 8 and under league.
I think Steve comes around. He should be at the game tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, you might be sitting next to him. He comes around quite a bit.
You know, me and Steve came in together. We was roommates.
Okay.
Yeah, me, Steve came in together. I remember that day.
So let's jump then into the next year. You, Lowe, KSAT, Stokes. Looking at that season.
Maxfield, was he?
Was that Max's year?
That's his freshman year, right?
I thought that was the next one. I don't think he was there yet.
Yeah.
I have to look that one up. You tested my history history banks there. But you guys were back and forth all season in terms of wins and losses. Started making a decent run at tournament. Ended up losing to that Stanford team that was loaded.
Right.
Number 2.
Right.
In the country.
I remember that game with the Collier twins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Collier twins. Some big boys, man.
Who'd you guard?
I don't know. I can't differentiate the two, but
one of them.
They were big boys.
It was tough.
It gave me a problem. It was a problem.
Yeah, that was a tough game. But they definitely were good.
Yeah.
When you look back on your career, is there a game or two that really stick out to you?
Ooh, off top, UCLA.
Ooh. Talk about that game. That was the overtime loss game. That was your last year.
We had them down 21 or 25 at the half to go to the Elite 8. Was it? Yeah, or Sweet 16.
Was it?
The 16.
Okay.
Yeah. We had them down 25 at halftime, UCLA. They had, Matt Barnes, Capono, Dan Gazeric. Pros. A team full of pros. I remember a shot went up before half. I tipped the ball to go back in to win the game. I should have came down first and went back up. I ended up tipping the ball and missed it, and then I want that ball back. I want that ball back. Out of all the balls I played professionally 16 years.
And you think about that.
I want that ball back.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wanted them to eat at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm surprised you haven't brought up the other game. Is there another game?
Another game.
That's very memorable. And I think when I talk about you, Donald, people bring this particular game up all the time. Can you think of it?
Marquette.
Absolutely.
Dwayne Wade.
Talk about that Marquette game.
That Marquette Dick Vitals at the game. I remember that game. And the atmosphere was crazy.
That was a wild game. You guys were down 4. Logan hits a 3 with 22 seconds left.
Right.
Wade gets fouled, missed the free throw. That's you rebound.
You're right.
You guys come down the court, run a set of all the guys on that team to take the shot to win it. It's Donald Little.
They were smart.
And you didn't think about it.
No.
You fired that bad boy up.
I wanted it, man.
Held that follow through down.
I wanted it.
That place went crazy.
Crazy.
Rich is over there holding the follow through down. He remembers.
Yeah.
You had 14, 8, and 6 that game. That's a big game.
And played like 25 minutes.
Wow.
Foul trouble.
Efficient. You were efficient though in the time you had.
Foul trouble.
Was that one of your best games in terms of just like?
I think best game because the atmosphere. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
I think we were number 4, number 3 in the nation. Well, there was a rivalry anyway. same conference, Marquette, Dwayne Wade. It's a big statement game. Huge.
Was Dwayne Wade the best player you've ever played against?
He was tough. Back then, I'm a shot blocker, right? I remember this one play. We was down at the Mcintosh Center in the conference championship. We played Marquette again in the conference championship. And it was me. I was coming. He stole the ball. He was going to the basket. I ran him down to go block his shot. He went under the basket and dunked it. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah, so like Dwayne Wade was tough. Best player, I would say yes. You couldn't, yeah. Yeah.
He's different.
He's different.
And he's doing great things after basketball.
Right.
And there's a whole generation, I think, of guys that grew up during our time that are doing great things after they played.
Right.
You know, and unfortunately, a guy from our time too, Kobe, who's passed away, and
rest in peace.
Man, he was doing. I think
GG.
What he was doing after basketball was going to be bigger than what he did in basketball, and that's saying a lot.
Right.
I think he was on a mission to change a culture. Where were you when you heard Kobe Bryant passed away?
I'm tell you what, bro, Meacham, I was on the plane in LA, taking off.
Leaving LA.
So the same time he was in the air, I was in the air. I was leaving LA. It came up on Instagram, on social media, about TMZ. Nobody didn't know anything. I told my neighbor, I was sitting beside, hey, look, Kobe, something happened to Kobe. He was like, well, whatever, no way. 5 minutes later, we in the air, and somebody on the plane announced it that Kobe just passed away in a crash. Yeah, so I was in the air, leaving LA at that time.
Wow.
Yeah, at that time. Rest in peace, Gigi, and girls basketball. My daughter's name is Gigi also. Right.
Really?
And I got 4 girls. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of, wow.
Same age, too. Same age.
And, you know, still, to this day, if I see a picture of Kobe, I can't believe he's dead. I still struggle, like, because we come from the same era. I used to play in AU tournaments and see Kobe Bryant.
Oh.
When I was coming up, I didn't know he was Kobe.
Right.
I knew he was I'll tell you this story. I'm at an AU tournament playing on one court, Kobe Bryant, another court, Steve Nash, another court, Kevin Garnett.
Whoa. How do you watch all? You can't watch all that, man.
We didn't have social media back then, so we didn't know who was who and like their names and stuff. We were learning, because you go to a tournament and say, oh man, and everyone would talk about Kobe. They would say, oh, the dude that looks like Michael Jordan. That's what everybody said about him.
And you love Jordan. LOVE.
Thanks for spelling it for me. MJ's my guy, you know that. Oh man, and I'm glad you brought Michael Jordan up, because one of the things about the Bearcats is Bearcat fans love that old nostalgia of the Jordan uniforms and the Jordan gear, man.
Right.
How cool was that back then? That we were just laced up with Jordan stuff.
All red uniforms, all black uniforms, Jordans, all the Jordans. Mm-hmm. We had all the Jordans.
Yep.
Even our own Jordans.
Oh yeah, with the C-ball on them.
Yeah, Cincinnati Jordans. Yeah. So at that time, man, just like fashion was everything on the court. How you look, headbands, braids.
Yep.
Yeah. But the Jordan gear was everything at that point in time. Everything.
So I want to tell you this story real quick. I got a phone call from a guy who works for Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant has the boardroom, which is a lot of his media stuff. Right. And the guy wanted to interview me about an article he's doing on, kind of like that 90s swag, that how the basketball of the 90s really influenced pop culture and like what we see today. A lot of that started from the Fab Five. Right. With the Fab Five guys.
Arkansas.
Huh?
Arkansas
with the long shorts.
Yeah.
all that. But you know what he said to me? And I guess Kevin Durant had talked to him about this, and that is like our swag from that Jordan era.
Ooh.
It was so legendary because there were other Jordan schools like North Carolina A&T, St. John's,
Cal. That was it.
But you know what? There was nothing
No.
like the Bearcat Jordan stuff.
No.
Nothing.
Now you say that, I look back and now I'm like, that was a great era because like the Fab Five did the shorts and everything. We did the Jordan uniforms, all red, the toughness. Yeah, great times, man.
Yeah, that swag from that era, and hopefully we're able to bring that back sometime. Bring that Jordan Nike swag back.
Nah, I think Nike and Jordan and everything. I think players now they're getting their own platforms. So I think the Nike stuff is over. I think though, man.
You think so?
Everybody getting their own platforms.
Oh.
Like StatMuse.
What?
StatMuse. StatMuse. It gives players their own platforms to sell their own merch.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Huge.
That whole NIL thing is
Whoa.
really changing the game for college athletes, and let's actually kind of talk about that, because just think about if the NIL was available when we were in school. Like, you know, obviously Kenyon Martin being, you know, the #1 player in the country, how he could have taken advantage of NIL.
But at the same time, it'll help us also.
All of us.
Everybody make money.
All of us.
But I think that money gonna make kids not work as hard. Because, well, you know, most basketball guys come from poverty. So I think that's why they work so hard to be the best.
Get out of those situations.
Get out of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what. If you give them money, an easy way out, give them an easy way out. They're not gonna work as hard.
Interesting.
Period.
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective.
You think?
Absolutely. That's interesting to think about, because, you know, I'm in the world of AAU, and I'm seeing a culture of kids, you know, kind of changing with their mentality, and it's just different. You know, I don't want to knock on this generation of players. It's very, very different.
Yeah, different.
By the way, as we're here live at Mio's with former Bearcat great Donald Little, I'm looking on the screen right here, and they're showing the Pacers game from last night. Steph Curry, I believe, was 2 shots away or 1 shot away from the record. He's 1 to tie, 2 to okay, and he's playing at New York tonight, right? So he's gonna hopefully break it in the Gardens.
That'd be a great in New York marketing.
Oh,
yeah.
That's, you know, all the stars are going to be out for that game. But that brings me to say this: as I look at Steph Curry, you know, this is my opinion. You tell me if you agree with this. You know, you could disagree, but you know, you look at, you know, players in the history of basketball. I think there were certain players that changed the culture of basketball, completely shifted it. Michael Jordan obviously shifted the game of basketball, because no one had seen anybody do what he was doing at that time, and just culturally, the bald head, the swag, just everything, like his impact on the game. Everyone was walking like Michael Jordan, chewing gum when they hooped. Even though we weren't allowed to chew gum when I was growing up, I still chewed them in the game because Mike. And I personally think that as I watch Steph Curry and I look at how much the game has changed, he has had an impact like a Michael Jordan, from a change in the shift in the game, because, you know, analytics played a large part into it, but so many threes being shot, so many deep threes, and he's responsible, I think, for a huge shift in the culture of basketball.
I think Steph Curry give the kids the confidence to shoot. In our days, you pass it down low. Now you shoot first. So I think that Steph Curry brought another tenacity to the game, meaning that giving them young guys confidence to shoot. I think it's a bad thing.
Well, no, okay, so why is that? So break that down.
Shoot, I mean, basketball is more than just shooting, I think. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's part of basketball, but the game's changed. A lot of shooters first. Nowadays, who's the strongest, who's the toughest, who's the meanest? Rebound the ball, go down low and dunk it, or lay the ball up. Now, no. Screen, shoot, shoot, shoot. Screen, shoot.
Could you imagine when we played, like how Huggins would be if we shot that many threes? Oh man.
It's not possible.
And we didn't dump it down low?
It's not possible. It's not possible. I can't even see it, man. I can't even see it.
It would have definitely been different.
Even at West Virginia right now, he don't do that motto.
Right.
It's still toughness, rebound, and defense. Not a lot of shooting.
And I think, Donald, I think basketball, just like life and culture, goes in cycles.
Right.
Just like the short shorts are back for basketball players. Like that was popular in the 70s or whatever, and that's back around. I think getting the ball to the post will come back around at some point. I feel like it has to.
Right.
Maybe not as much as it did in the 90s, but because you see in these, everywhere I turn when I go to AAU games, I'm seeing 6'8", 6'10" guards shooting threes, bringing it up the court. And I'm like, bro, you would have been in the post when I was growing up.
See, that's Steph Curry. That's Steph Curry. Shoot the ball first. It looks great. It's awesome. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Let's talk a little bit about your pro career. So tell Bearcat fans about your pro career when you left UC.
I left UC. I went overseas and played 16 years. 16.
Woo.
Yeah, man.
Tell them where some of the places were.
I did 8 years in Europe and 7 in Asia. Asia meaning that Korea, Japan, Singapore, Philippines, all that. France, Russia, Italy, Greece, a little Middle East, Dubai.
I was telling, I've talked to Art Long and Deontay Vaughn and other guys that played overseas.
Okay.
Basketball has taken you and others around the world.
Right.
If you look at this room here, you could probably ask everyone here what other countries they've been to, and I guarantee you've probably been to more countries than most people in this room. And how amazing is that?
I'll put money on it.
Now, do you speak any other languages? Did you learn?
Nah, I
you
know.
try?
I know up, down, left, right, stop, go, no, yes, please. The fundamentals.
Just enough to get by.
Bounce pass, chest pass. Yeah.
When you played overseas, what was the biggest thing, the biggest challenge you faced that you had to overcome?
I would say more so food. You gotta learn to cook because you can't. Every restaurant you do, it's a language barrier. You can't read the language, so everything's chicken and rice. So you had to go to the grocery stores, buy your own food, and go home and cook it. So you had to learn how to cook. The second thing is haircuts. You gotta learn how to cut your own hair. So food and haircuts, you're fine.
How'd that go for you with the haircut?
Easy.
Easy?
Yeah. Easy.
Here's a fun fact you might not remember, but when we were on the road, I used to cut Kenyon's hair. Used to cut his hair on the road. You remember that game? You ever seen that picture where he jumps up at Louisville and has that block?
That long, yeah.
I cut his hair the night before that game.
I'm gonna go back and check it out.
True story. Yeah, look at it.
I'm gonna go back and check it out.
It was pretty fresh. I gave him a fresh.
Kenyon always had a fresh cut though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was you.
I can't take all the credit for it. Some games I had to tighten it up a little bit.
Gotcha.
Because he was like on national TV all the time, and he had to make sure he was looking fresh. So
yeah,
I'm gonna interview Kenyon by phone. Very soon. We're gonna probably hopefully next week or so.
You should go out to California.
I know. I go out there a bunch. So
go sit with him, man.
Yeah.
Go sit with him.
Yeah, that would be good.
Ken is awesome, man.
Oh.
Ken's a totally different guy now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And it's awesome though. I love it.
And it's so cool to see his son doing well and in the league. How about this for you? Fun fact: some of the Bearcat fans may know, may not know. Kenyon Martin's son, KJ, plays for the Rockets. Jermaine Tate's son
Shut up.
plays for the Rockets.
Shut up. So hold on. That's Jermaine Tate's son, Tate?
Yes.
That's his son?
That's his son. So Jermaine's son, both of our teammates' sons play for the Rockets on the same team and are doing well.
That's a blessing.
Isn't it?
Oh, it's a blessing.
I watched the game and I'm like, I'll like tell some of the kids like, hey, that's my teammate's son. And they're like, what?
I knew Tate. I know his son was out there balling, but I didn't know he was with the Rockets.
He's doing well. He's doing well.
I gotta get a hold of Tate, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, crazy. And he has another son who ended up playing at Arkansas his last season. He had an NBA workout at the Summer League.
Okay.
I think he's either in the G League or overseas.
Who's?
Tate's other son.
Oh, okay.
He's got two sons, and he's got I don't know if he has one or two daughters, but they're ballers. I mean, whole family's ballers.
He had a daughter also, didn't he?
Yeah, she plays, but I don't know
But look,
how old she is.
Satterfield daughter.
Oh yeah.
Satterfield's daughter's tough too.
He was in town. They played at the Crosstown Shootout on Sunday.
That's right. I saw that.
Yep, Sat was at the game.
Yeah.
He was wearing a split jersey. You see it?
Yeah.
One side was Bearcat, other side was Xavier for her. I talk to him all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. K-Sat. Now he called me.
A shy guy.
Huh?
Shy guy.
Yeah. He's good. He's good. People loves his kids. He's got a son that's coming up. He's going to be fantastic.
He is.
Player at the next level. He can go. That's for sure. Okay, so tonight with the Bearcats game, what's your prediction? How many points do you think they're going to win by?
They lost last night. They lost the last game.
They lost by Xavier, so you know
they upset.
They're going to be fired up.
20.
20.
20.
I'm going to go with 20 as well.
20.
I think Coach Miller's gonna have them fired up.
I think they needed that though. They needed that loss to jump back.
Yes.
And refocus.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I
totally agree. Before we get ready to wrap up here live at Mio's with former Bearcat great Donald Little, I want to say as we get ready to wrap up, if any Bearcat fans would like to come up and talk with Donald Little, ask Donald Little a question, please feel free to do that. We'll be here for a little bit longer before we go. Also, any Bearcat fans going to the game tonight, if you need a parking pass, a free parking pass right next to the stadium, I have an extra one. It's free. You can use it. Definitely can take it.
Come get it.
Donald Little will be in the house behind the bench tonight, watching the game, yelling at the players if they don't hustle.
No yelling.
No yelling?
No yelling.
He's going to be cool?
You get in trouble for that these days.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true. Could you imagine how Hugs used to yell at us back then? Like,
you know what? I would love to go to West Virginia and sit at that practice.
Totally different now.
Have you done it before?
I have.
You have?
Totally different.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off air for sure. Bearcat fans, if everybody could give a round of applause to former Bearcat great number 50,
thank you,
Donald Little.
Thank you so
coming in.
Thank you.
All the way from Atlanta, Georgia, flew in just to come on the podcast and come to the game.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to thank everybody for listening to another episode of the Bearcat Basketball Podcast.
Let's go.